Now, in major Western cities, the Burundian diaspora is ramping up its demonstrations to help increase international pressure on President Nkurunziza to respect the Arusha Accords. One such protest happened recently in front of the White House. Viewers Jackson Mvunganyi reports.
In Washington, D.C., Burundians living in the Washington region and states of Virginia and Maryland took their call to the White House. Activist Jean Manirakiza says that diaspora protests are to show solidarity with the protesters in his home country.
We are saying no to a third term of President Nkurunziza. We are saying that Arusha should be maintained because that's the foundation of peace that we had in the last 10 years.
Protests in Burundi have led to loss of life. This is because of the heavy-handed response from the local police and militia affiliated to Nkurunziza's ruling party. Other reports say that over 100,000 Burundians have sought refuge in neighboring countries of Rwanda and Tanzania.
What's happening in Burundi, it's a lot of atrocities. The protesters are going to protest in the streets, mostly young people, in neighborhoods that are the most poor neighborhoods. And they are being met by live bullets by the police and some part of the military. And that is unacceptable in a country that is a democracy, in a country that people have freedom of demonstration, freedom of expression.
Manirakiza says that attempts by some in Burundi's ruling party trying to define this as an ethnic conflict are wrong, since all ethnic groups are united in the call for Nkurunziza not to run in the upcoming elections.
There's no ethnic dimension to this crisis. The Hutus and the Tutsis are all together fighting for this cause. But most people in the countryside are fearful. They are afraid. They cannot say a thing about what the suffering that has been caused by his 10 years of corruption. And they shut down the media. The people in the countryside are not even hearing what's going on in Bujumbura.
However, Nkurunziza maintains that he's popular in the countryside and that protests are only taking place in the capital city.
Up to the 110,000 people who escaped the country, they come from the countryside. So he's not as popular as people think he is. It's because that he has intimidated people into submission and fear.
For now, protesters in Burundi and in the diaspora hope that the U.S. and other Western donors to Burundi will continue putting pressure on Nkurunziza to respect the Arusha Accords. For Voice of America, I'm Jackson Mvunganyi.